Beauregard Rippey over here for the Harvester Homecoming, August the 2nd, Saturday morning. The historic clock tower, the Fuya Glass of America. They have a new plant at the old Lagonda plant at the bottom of the hill in Springfield, don't they? I think they do. There's a couple different glass companies, I'm sure, large ones, but that was the newest one. I was surprised they leveled that Lagonda plant. And then this ramp, I figured out, I like to pick up where we left off over here. They would build the semis and drive them up this, and then they would load them over here onto rail cars or something. This is a loading area. There's some pillars. There was a building here. There's ground holes over here. There's where it was grown up for a while on the slag, but there's something burrowing. There's holes. There's several of them. You can feel the ground soft where I'm walking on top of burrows. But that's definitely a loading dock. Pretty institutional looking inside here. Hunting vehicle. Where were we at? This truck out of Farmer, Ohio. But these Cowsers, there's two of their collection. I don't know how many the collection they have, but it's based out of Paulding, Ohio, or was at one time, and I'm thinking that's over this way. Calls this one the Blue Goose. He's running a straight pipe on it. It's got a big red engine in there. Cummins Transtar 4300 with a walking beam. And this one has the air ride in red. It says Holland on top of the fifth wheel, which is in Michigan. The slider and the Hendrickson. Not sure where the tanks were made, but 71 that's an pretty old truck. This one has the frame that kind of dips. A lot of international was like that. The Kenworth and the Peterbilt not so much at all. But, now I've hauled them out of Florida before too. I want to say they were made in Venezuela. But most of your frames were built in Milwaukee. And everything. They had that market tied up. Then they went to unibody in the cars, but wonder what year this one would be. It has the Navistar after Navistar put this on when it was Navistar International at that point in the 80s. With that fancy over here. Not seeing year over there either. The 71, I think it looks like a newer engine. Has the shutter stat. I don't remember that engine in 71. That's way. And that would be Cummins versus International. I would be interested in seeing that engine. The hood's a lot different. Square headlight versus round headlight. Even the top of the cab looks different. He's actually taken the Navistar off the sweet spot in the hood there. Trying to keep it pure international. I seen one of these pull in a minute ago. It looked like a stomper truck pulling in. It's so high and everything. This one has a Traveler look to it. It's a 77 Traveler. Pretty clean looking rig. Pretty stock looking. The black top. Huh? 70 cents. A Midas conversion. That's why it's so fancy in there. And the third seat in the back. Extra upholstery and trim. The striping. A little more chrome. This one kind of looks familiar. They call it Rob's toy. But I like that one. He pulled in like a stomper. I was saying, and just something about, you know, having being under the stars and the topless. These are actually, I think, the same. They just have different tops on them. This one has like a full top. This is a Traveler, and I think this is a Traveler. And they went and put a third seat in that other one. It's a Midas conversion. But this one's shorter looking. Has part of a flip-flop paint. This is the one that was pulling the race cars and is going in a museum. It's probably a Lear top. Kind of funny. Now he's got the XL on this, so maybe that is factory. I've seen that twice today. Pretty unique scoop. He's got Scout XL, the filler panel, and the tailgate also. Some kind of a harder topper. All freshly done and everything in there, clean as a pen. This one, it says it's been repainted once. And they have it, instead of plastic, that's a big aluminum filler panel. They didn't use plastic back then. Let's get the mud flaps on the back anyway. And make our way over here around this mud puddle. Yeah, that's as close, I think, to the clock towers I'm gonna get. I don't know. This guy come clear from Milwaukee, it looks like. I never see one of these go by my house. Do you pull a big Cougar with that? Like a 40-foot travel trailer? I don't know. You just go up and buy your lottery tickets? Well, I've never seen one of those go by my house. One similar to another, and this one is from Springfield, Ohio, with the Montana plate on it. Scout Traveler in orange. Got a fun beach truck. This one has a beamy. You can pull your speedboat over to the boat launch. Kind of classic wheels on this too. Those, not sure what you call those. It's not a turbine, but little foundation there. So this one's from Grand Junction, Colorado, and was sold new out west, we think, and it's running a 454. I seen this big fat radiator in there. It's got the big block. It could be a 500 crate engine. Oh, I seen the cooling over here. So I'm leaning up against it. I'm not really afraid to touch it. But this has all been like brand new. I think it's brand new frame. And then I've seen these when they're done, and they're what? I showed one. See, he has a front drive shaft out, but by Fox. What was that? I know I've seen a Bronco modified up to 550, and then I think that one Bronco I seen was see, this is the original frame back here, but it's solid. But he's wanting extensive fabrication on this guy. This is why I'm saying I think it was sold out in Grand Junction. That was a long time ago though, so could be anything. Think of that bumper. Scout Traveler with a pop-up Palomino. It's got a California plate on it. I think it's legit. Yeah, he's from California. So this one has the snow like the other smaller one, the Scout, but this is a full pickup. I was wondering if it was on Meyer Road, because that does look like a Meyer snowplow. This is Meyer Road out here. I wonder what this is bringing in California. Now this is one like my dad's old truck. I was super excited to finally see a Fleet Star like my dad's. And then Eric's over here. Yeah, he has a very sexy slide in, custom built. He's over here by the Quonset hut. He has a corner spot. He brought a utility truck, possibly military. He's got a beautiful old boy detach. And an Emeryville here. So there's the dune ride that I want to ride in that. And they're going to take me around and teach me something. There's a police guy. Fort Wayne Police are here or something. Maybe the county. But anyway. Looks like a 1-ton. It's pretty original. It is a Meyer. I see a Meyer part up there. Snow Patrol. It seems like the most exciting thing here is to shoot the shit with someone. There are some nice trucks here. It's a Meyer. It's a Madel Meyer Road.
Called me up and says, "Come here, you got to go out here with me." So we went out.
Cleveland.
And I picked this truck up and we drove it back. We had the best time. That same little guy that I showed you in the other country, you know.
So they've been out of business for a while, don't you think?
So this is, I now got it completely disassembled.
Is that like 69 or something? Well, I know. It's just see how he did his blinkers over here for the Snow Patrol. All dried up, original seal on that. The old, they don't make those anymore. There's wipers like that with the refills. There was a mirror here. Someone goofed up here, but here's a Meyer part. That tailgate's probably worth quite a bit. Original. It's a very special truck. It's probably like maybe the only one in the whole world. There it is. So this is an interesting rig right here. He's got a couple of stake beds on there. He's got them for sale. He's probably pretty close on the valuation. That one has those old wheels in the back. It's a dealer. He's got a brand new trailer, 2025. The truck's got a Delphus, Ohio thingamajig plate. So my dad had more than a few of these, and it has the spoke wheels. Kind of forgot about that bumper like that. And the shutter stat, and some of them had more silver in here, and some of them had a different trim here, the older. It's the Fleet Star. It's the gas. Yes. It's a V configuration gas with a big 1-lung carby. Kind of forgot about this being painted. I remember doing this a few times. Yeah, I don't remember the interior being this pretty in them. This truck is sweet. It's got this solid seat here and a spring seat there. And this is your high and low for the 2-speed rear. Here's your Johnny bar. I remember that smell. It's got a new seal. Kind of remember those door panels. And the fuel tank. And then he's got this just for a vent. And that's your fuel pump. And you could get out here and hit it with a hammer if it wouldn't start, and then it would start. And your battery's in here. Your airline and that soft ride cab was ahead of its time. There. The cab had a little give to it. That 2-speed rear end, and I think that's a Holland. What's that say on there? No. It's kind of a different style fifth wheel. And to pull the pin is with this guy. This is a solid mount, rigid, on springs with spokes. I think we had square. I don't remember having round back here. He's got the big lugs on the back. This Emeryville, it has a sucker brakes on the back. It's a live tandem. He's got the exhaust piped out like that. I guess that's how that was. I forget, but the stainless quarter fenders and mud flaps. That was kind of fancy by itself. It's kind of funny. There's a fuel filter here. There's a fuel filter there, a small one. And then the drive shaft comes off at a little bit of an angle where it's offset for the 2-speed. Looking at the brakes and the frame. I didn't look at this side. Chicago, Illinois. That's one. But these trucks were a dime a dozen, basically, and just another tool in the box. And then
So they built one over here, and they took it down to the truck show in Texas, I think. They weren't even planning on making it.
So it's just a prototype, just
More like a show.
just no one has them anymore. They went to the crusher. Someone went mudding accidentally. Got into something they couldn't get out of. It has the front brake delete. So the front brakes were so bad you would wreck, so everyone took them off. And they used to go there in the spider, the drum. And by law, you didn't have to have them, so. It even has a cover over the oilers. 4 headlights. Is it out of Ohio? I'm not sure. Neat old Emeryville. Good shape. So you have the little dune trucks. They have a full house. I'm gonna have to get in line for that. Go over and say hi to my friends. And a little bit of the show in there will be a few videos. And that'll be it, though. Some vendors. These guys are taking pictures, or a radio crew live from the. And then there's a pinstripe guy and food people. Is this a 1066? Did I see one? Yeah, a 1066. Another toter home one, or they pull homes. This is Washington State. Someone bringing back one from Washington State. Gonna sell it at the show or put it in a collection with their internationals. They're bringing them back clear across the country. And that looks like an Eldorado top. I'm not sure. These guys are from Missouri. Get a closer look over here. They run all the mud flaps out there. He's got a inspection sticker. They make you do that for your license plate out there, it looks like. But it was belonged to someone in a submarine department or something out there. Their truck. Minneapolis. RE track. TA something C. Minneapolis, wasn't it? That's a chartreuse. That started out as chartreuse and it faded out there. That's a long way. It's a kind of hard place to get to out there to Seattle unless you got a reason to go there. But that's what's been going on over here for the truck market. Especially these are hard to find over here to the former assembly plant, Fort Wayne, Indiana, on Harvester Homecoming with Beauregard Rippey. Thanks for watching.